Afternoon and welcome to a new episode of Jumping Let's Play. Today we're taking a look at the recent release Great American Mail Race. So join us down below, we'll take a look at the game before we come back up for our final thoughts. See you in a moment. So here we are set up ready to go for Great American Mail Race. We set up two players, we've got green and we've got pink here. We'll go through the setup and then we will discuss a few turns of the gameplay. So we'll start at the top here. Here we have our transport cards. We have three levels of these. We've got level 1, level 2, and we've got level 3 there. Each of them will have varying transport cards, and as we progress through the levels, they'll get better and better. We lay 3 out from the top here. So we've got a hot air balloon and 2 mules. These will give us different ways to travel around the board, and we can use these during our turns, and we'll explain that when we get to this card here. Here we have our parcels and letters and our postcards. To start the game, we take the top one off of each pile and place them here, and then we will simply take these here and place them on each of the locations. So you can see here, this one, we've got Happy Corner up here, we've got Good Grief here from this one, we've got Catfish Paradise down here, and we've got Fear Noville from here, and our postcard here. On the board itself, we've got our player markers, these nice little UPS postal vans, and then each region has its own cube. This represents the parcel being delivered, so you'll have to go to that one to then be able to deliver it to the corresponding coloured marker. For each player, they are given this bicycle card. On the back of the bicycle card, it's going to tell you what you can do on your turn. You can make 3 actions, and you can divide them between drawing cards and playing cards. So you can draw 0 and play 3, draw 1 and play 2, etc, etc. And your bike is never discarded, and you can use it up to twice in your turn. So there's always something that you can do. And each player is given a delivery slip as well. So it's fairly straightforward. This, every time you deliver a letter, a parcel, or pick up a postcard, you stamp it off the relevant row. Over here, when you complete a delivery from a region, so for example, if we took this one here from the west and we delivered it over here, when we deliver it, we just stamp the animal icon that the delivery came from. Then along at the bottom here, we've got bonuses. We got the same day, hometown, and 2 for fragile. So same day is where you pick up and deliver on your same turn. Hometown, you get this one-time bonus when you pick up and deliver a parcel from your hometown. So for example, if we're playing green, if we picked this one up here and then delivered it here, we would get to stamp that as our hometown bonus. And fragile, we've got 2 here. These will be given to you if you deliver a fragile parcel, which will be something like this, but it will have fragile written across the top of it. And you deliver that without using any air cards, any like planes, hot air balloons, rockets, things like that. You then get to take those bonuses there. And then at the end of the game, you will just tally up all your scores for whichever one is the last one covered. So that's the game there. So we will jump into our first turn and go from there. So as said, we can draw 0 cards and play 3. We can draw a card and play 2. Draw 2 and play 1. Draw 3 and play 0. So we're going to draw a card. So we're going to take this mule. And this mule is going to allow us to move 1 space. But it's not 1 space along the black lines, which are the roads. It's 1 space along these lines here. These dotted lines, these are like the trails, so we can use that, which can be quite useful. You can see here, Possum Nectar Waterproof is fairly easy to get to by trail, but if you had road cards, you would have to work your way around the long way round. So we've got that. We can now play 2 cards. So we are going to bicycle, and then we're going to use that mule, and we're going to go straight here. When you land on it, and you have to land exactly on it, you can't pass through it. You pick up the parcel, and then you pick up the corresponding location up here, the corresponding letter. So we've now got that. When we get round to delivering it, we'll just turn it over and we will begin stamping our card. So we've used that, that gets discarded, and then we just need to replenish up here. And then it is our opponent's turn. So they'll take a look, they may decide, you know what, I'm taking a mule card as well. And then they're going to go off and do their thing. So let's say they use their mule cards and they're going to go from the home spot to Chugwater. And then they can use their bicycle to move over here, and they pick that up. So it's back to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this train card. So this train card is going to allow us to move to any train station from any train station. So we're going to need to get to the next train station. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our bicycle again, and we're going to move up to Bean Station. We're then going to use our train card, so we'll discard that. That will allow us to move to any train station, which is Catfish Paradise over here. And we have successfully delivered our letter. So what we will do, this will go back to the depot of its home region. This will go back up here for now, and then we're going to stamp our card. So we have delivered a letter, so we stamped that one there. We also delivered it from this region, from the south region, so we stamped the corresponding region there. So at the moment, we've got 2 points from that, we've got 1 point from that. And then we simply turn that over to say that that has been delivered. So now it's our opponent's turn, and they're going to, let's say, take this card and this card for the moment, just so I can show you. So these are water cards. These allow you to move one space along any water routes, which are these ones here. And you can see they're coming up through the west here as well. And hot air balloons, which allows us to fly over one location via roads. So we could go from Nibley, skip over Chugwater, and end up at Big Sag, for example. So because they've done that, they now only get to draw or play one card rather. So they are just going to use their hot air balloon, and they're going to do exactly that. Go over Chugwater and onto Big Sag. So that is where they end their turn. And we will replenish. Oh, and one thing we did forget to do, so we'll do that now. Very sorry about that, is we've got a new location for this region. That is there. So all you do is you reveal the next one and then place this one here. So make sure you do that at the end of every turn that you deliver some mail, unlike me who just forgot that. So we've got a few options available to us. So we can, let's just take this for example, and then we replenish, and we'll take that mail jump as well, because that looks like it'll be rather useful. So this allows us to move one space via the water routes. But what we're going to do is we're going to use our mule, and we're going to go up to Fearnoville and end our turn. So let's replenish this one, and now it is our opponent's turn. So they are going to take this hot air balloon, and we've replaced that. We've got a mule up there. So they can use that hot air balloon. They're going to move over this space and pick this one up as well. So when they do that, they can have two parcels. So they've used their hot air balloon, and then they can still use one more move. So they're going to use their bicycle to move down there. Okay, so back to us. So we are going to take this mule card. We're going to mail jump. So we're going to go all the way down to ding dong. And then we are going to bicycle. So we're going to go here. We're going to pick that up for the moment because we can. But we're going to try and get over here to pick up our home luggage. So we have used that and we leave those 2 cards in our hands. Replenish that. So we're now on the level 2 cards. When this stack runs out, the game is over. Everyone gets one last turn and then you'll total up your scores. So we keep going like that, picking up and delivering mail, letters, parcels, picking up the postcards and stamping as we go, remembering to stamp our region bonuses and our one-off bonuses as we do so. And then at the end, simply all you do is you will take a look here and you will total up your score. So for example, this is going to give us 20 points, this is giving us 18, this is giving us 15. We've got 3 columns here, so that's giving us 5 points per column. And then you can see here we've got our filled out region bonuses and 3 of our one-off bonuses as well. So that is Great American Mail Race. Let's head back up top and discuss our final thoughts. So I hope you found that tutorial useful. We got to look through the setup and a few turns of the gameplay. So now we will go on to the components, and I have to say with this game that's absolutely blown me out of the water with regards to the components. Everything is really nice. It's been crafted and designed very clearly and at the highest quality. All the cards have got a lovely linen finish. Even the board has that nice linen finish, and even the box as well. You know, this is a high-end quality game, so that's always good to see. The game pieces themselves are clear and good quality. Each of these has got their own colour for each of the different regions, and again, they're very clear. We've got our awesome mail vans as well, where you can pick up the different cubes for your mail. And we've got our things like the stamper here and the rules, which we'll get to in a moment, which sort of help immerse you in the theme of being a mail courier. So the rules themselves, this was probably the icing on the cake for me, in that they actually came in an envelope, a sealed envelope nonetheless. So you open up your envelope and you've got your rules across 3 double-sided pages here. So I'll just go ahead and show you one of them here, and you can just see how clearly laid out that is. We've got great examples of everything here, the setup, exactly how the game is going to play, all of your options, and again, every single page very, very clearly defined. And our last page with the endgame scoring and a reference to all of the transport cards. Now the transport cards are very clear in what they do, same as the map, very clear in where all the routes go, what cities are where, so you're not going to be too confused beyond trying to find them for your first few turns as you get used to where everything is on the board. But yeah, all of the transport cards are very, very clearly laid out, to the point where you won't really need the rules to reference for these, but they are there if you would like to do so. And yeah, so really, really impressed with that. You know, you're going to be able to just jump straight into this game almost without having to worry too much about really long setups or having to trawl through a rule book to find out how the game's played, what everything does for each game. The delivery slips are a nice little touch as well, so as you're going through, you're stamping along. I do like that, adds to that mail courier theme. So the gameplay itself is a very straightforward game. You're either going to be drawing cards or you're going to be playing cards. You can do this up to 3 times across those 2 actions. So if we're drawing 2 cards, we get to play 1 card. But despite the simplicity of that core gameplay, there's a lot of strategy involved in the game as to what you are going to do. Are you going to draw 3 cards this turn so that next turn you're going to be able to perform delivery all in one go and get that same day bonus, or like that fragile bonus, for example? Or are you going to be using the cards as they come, so maybe taking 1 or 2 and then performing those actions in the same turn? There's a lot of flexibility with that. One thing that you can do in the game that we didn't really touch on in the basic rules is that when you pass through someone else's space, so you can't land on their space, so in the game both of us couldn't be on any one spot, but if you're moving through, so you're moving through that, you can assist in their delivery, which allows you to steal it and move on to deliver it yourself. Now bear in mind that that's something that you can do to your opponent, but it's also something that they can do to you. So you've really got to think about your opponents as well, like where they are on the board. Are they going to be able to get to you to be able to take your parcels? So all in all, absolutely fantastic game. Really, really good offering here from Big Potato Games. Normally known for their more sort of light party games, so it's really good to see stuff like this coming through from them as well. Really nice gameplay, well presented. So that's a massive thumbs up from me. If you'd like to give the game a go, we do have this copy available now in the library and up here in our demo area, so just swing on by and we can sit down with you and give you a demo. And if you'd like to buy it, we still have a few copies left in stock as well. That's $29.95. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the boardroom.